Okay, hope now. Oh, they feel small, they feel small. Yes, you. I can make myself. The only achievement I'm able to fight Rochas. Achievement of hope. I fought Rochas. Here we Beribism chapter 1, verse 1. So, I have won him. I've won him, and I want Abuja to hear this clearly. You know, nobody has a monopoly of madness. I will do what we do is that so that people will not laugh at him instead. So Hope Uzodinma must be careful and conduct himself as a governor and not a tyrant. Rochas is my brother. We don't have any disagreement. As a person is my senator, I'm his governor. He was once time a governor here, former governor, and I was a senator then. So now that he is my senator and his governor, I think what we should be talking about is how to use the two positions to bring the dividends of democracy to our people and how to work together to protect our people. There's nothing personal. Personally speaking, I have no issues with him. And as a government, I expect that we must work together. But you see, there's no act to find mines construction on the face. For me, I have no ill feelings against former Governor Okorocha. And like I told you, he is one representing me in the Senate, and he's from Luzon with me, and I'm his governor here. And the synergy is what we need to make sure that Imo State moves forward.
You're not a dish. You're a man. Most name brand bars and
Okay, hope now. Oh, they feel small, they feel small. Yes, you. I can make myself. The only achievement I'm able to fight Rochas. Achievement of hope. I fought Rochas. Here we Beribism chapter 1, verse 1. So, I have won him. I've won him, and I want Abuja to hear this clearly. You know, nobody has a monopoly of madness. I will do what we do is that so that people will not laugh at him instead. So Hope Uzodinma must be careful and conduct himself as a governor and not a tyrant. Rochas is my brother. We don't have any disagreement. As a person is my senator, I'm his governor. He was once time a governor here, former governor, and I was a senator then. So now that he is my senator and his governor, I think what we should be talking about is how to use the two positions to bring the dividends of democracy to our people and how to work together to protect our people. There's nothing personal. Personally speaking, I have no issues with him. And as a government, I expect that we must work together. But you see, there's no act to find mines construction on the face. For me, I have no ill feelings against former Governor Okorocha. And like I told you, he is one representing me in the Senate, and he's from Luzon with me, and I'm his governor here. And the synergy is what we need to make sure that Imo State moves forward. Imo today is very unsecure. Yes. For the first time since 9 years. Now, you go to Olu, you see killings in Olu, that even the Air Force fighter jets, for the first time in history after the war, would come round Olu. You see, yesterday alone, 10 houses were burned in Oguta. Every day, people are being killed in this state. People are being intimidated by the governor and his dogs. Now,
If you're an investor, you probably already know that Tesla's skyrocketing share price has created an army of millionaires, self-named Teslanaires. But the cold hard truth about Tesla is that it makes a mere fraction of the...
Senator, what's happened? We've seen lots of the social media clips. Can you explain exactly where you are and explain what's happened earlier today?
well, what happened is something I can't even imagine. I went to, came back from an occasion, and I proceeded to the Royal Palm Hotel to see to inquire what actually happened. On getting to the Royal Palm Hotel, I saw a lot of thugs. I didn't know they were waiting. So they started molesting, cutting my boys, shooting. But the police were there too. And the police did nothing and said nothing. And they started macheting. So my oddlies, I want them nowhere to shoot. So they rushed me to a room and locked me up. So those boys had tear gas. Police also were throwing tear gas. Everything. As they were advancing, the police were backing them up. And they were coming and were shooting. So I inquired, they say it's government house police. And I asked, listen, is this the directive of the IG or directive of the CP? Can the governor actually use government house police to do what he's doing? And then they kept me in a room for some time, but all my boys got injured. In fact, right now, my in-law was shot. His leg has been scattered. And he's right now bleeding. So I hope he makes it. The situation is quite bad, and surprisingly, the police whisked me into a pickup and brought me to the police station. I'm here now. As I'm here, I'm just doing, they've not said anything to me. I asked them, what is my offense? Well, they said conspiracy and public disorder, and just something I can't understand. So they said it was the governor that directed them that made a report to them to arrest me. So I'm still at a big shock and confused as to what is happening here. But people were injured, and a particular of note was what shocked me was the next day, the governor pulled out his shirt, carried the machete himself, and was coming to me to machete me when I was moved out, and he was calling the boys, calm. He was in charge, and the police were following him. And when they arrested me, so to say, the police, he entered the SAS to governor entered the police pickup and came to the police station with their own video and taking, and they were making jest of me that there's only one governor in the state, where there's only one in military, and they're going to deal with me. I think all kinds of, I can't believe it. I'm still at a state of confusion as to what could lead to this. But all my cars had bullet wounds. They shattered all the cars. And the hotel where I was kept in the room had flying and flat. They were shooting everywhere, macheting everything. And until they're done with what they want to do, they beat up all the boys with me and dragged everybody into the pickup. It's something I can't even imagine yet. This is what I can consider stories I hear in movies, but I've seen it live and it's real. I'm so shocked.
Senator, can I just confirm, have you or your wife, have you personally been attacked, or are you wounded? That's what some of the social media blogs are suggesting.
Yes. No, actually, what they did was the tear gas they threw at me by the police and the people, and that was my handout, but except for even my detail was taken, it was put in his suit, beaten up, my orderly was beaten up, they were getting to me when I was moved into a room, and they were saying, come down, and they were shooting at the room, shooting everywhere. But prior to this, there was a lot of people gave order to seal the hotel in question, and out of what he called the report from the Commission of Inquiry, and they have concluded the report. No one ever invited anybody. There was nothing. They had a report which maybe he cooked up in government house, and I started acting on it. Not a court order, not any court judgment. And this is his style, and the government has been doing this. Last time, a widow was arrested and kept here for 22 days, and people have been arrested. And the land he has a new law that gives him power to arrest people at will and put them in jail at will. Just been informed that the next procedure will be to get to the court tomorrow and get court order and continue detention. But so far, I'm here. I've sent text to the Commissioner of Police. I've called everybody. Nobody's responding. So I'm just here in one room, one dark room, no light. So I'm just waiting for what will be the next line of action by the police in this matter. This is where we are.
So, Senator, who are you with at the moment? Who have you been detained with?
Well, there's one, my former commissioner who was with me. He was beaten mercilessly. And what shocked me that in the presence of the police, this boy was being beaten mercilessly. And actually, there was one boy from his village who beat him up. He don't have a shoe, he doesn't have a phone, they tore his clothes. And he's there with him, but I don't think he's a suspect in that question. The guy just saw opportunity to beat him up. That's where we are. Okay, Hope now. Oh, they feel small. They feel small. They feel. I can make noise that the only achievement I'm able to fight Rochas. Achievement of Hope. I fought Rochas. Here we Berberism chapter 1 verse 1. So I have won him. I've won him, and I want Abuja to hear this clearly. You know, nobody has a monopoly of madness. Why we do what we do is that so that people will not laugh at Imo State. So Hope Uzodinma must be careful and conduct himself as a governor and not a third.
Rochas is my brother. We don't have any disagreement. As a person is my senator, I'm his governor. He was once time a governor here, former governor, and I was a senator then. So now that he is my senator, I'm his governor. I think what we should be talking about is how to use the two positions to bring the dividends of democracy to our people and how to work together to protect our people. There's nothing personal. Personally speaking, I have no issues with him. And as a government, I expect that we must work together. But you see, there's no act to find mines construction on the face. For me, I have no ill feelings against former Governor Okorocha. And like I told you, he is the one representing me in the Senate. And he's from Luzon with me. And I'm his governor here. And the synergy is what we need to make sure that Imo State moves forward.
More reports over the seizure of former Imo governor property and the rest that followed. Group threatens in Imo to recall Senator Okorocha. Tonight we hear from both sides of the divide.
Or you know that I'm the one. I'm that friend. That's like, you know. No. Yes. I'm the one that can you. I can't you over there. I can't you over that. You know.
That's what that nonsense.
Who are you? Who are you? Don't tell me you're going to the man. You should have one. You know that I'm the one. I'm that friend. That's like, you know. No. Yes. I'm the one that can you. I can't you over there. I can't you over that. You know.
That's what that nonsense.
Who are you? Don't tell me you're going to the man. You should have one. I'm the one. I've done fair. You know. Yes. I'm the one that carry you. I carry you over there. I carry you over there. You know. That's what that God says. Who are you? Who are you? Don't tell me you're going to the man. You should have known what I do. Come on. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the day the Lord has made, and we shall rejoice and be glad in it. To God again be the glory. My president, my president, my president, my president. Let me say that I am simply not only mesmerized and tantalized, I am flabbergasted. Your Excellency, the President-elect and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in waiting, the most popular man today in Nigeria, and the Commander-in-Chief of the Change Armed Forces of the APC of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Mr. Change, my president, you are most welcome. My chairman, the John the Baptist de Oyegun.
What would your life be like if you were a rapid transformational therapist? So I can give you a glimpse into that life now.
Who was crying in the wilderness and saying to the people of the other party, repent, repent, for the change is about to come. You came and brought for us corruption and insecurity, but he that cometh after me will baptize you with anti-corruption and development. And shortly after, the national chairman, John the Baptist Oyegun, who came to Imo State to baptize Mr. Change. Shortly after the baptism in the southeast, he gave him the new name Okechukwu. And behold, the heaven opened, and the power came from above and said, this is our beloved president, in whom we are all well pleased. Mr. President, we want to welcome you. The First Lady of Imo State, my lovely wife, Uzodinma. If reincarnation is entering to go by, I want to come back a million times to your husband. My political son, the deputy governor, the Honorable Speaker, our brother, Dr. Chris Ngige, distinguished senator, the chairman of Imo State Traditional Council, a man who has the Igbo language at the tips of his fingers. Esimo Ekelenge. Njezeme, the custodians of our traditional powers. God bless you for waiting all this while to see Mr. President. Members of the State Executive Council, my colleagues in the struggle for the soul of Ndibo, the APC governorship candidate Abra, Dr. Yoranyem, APC governorship candidate Ebony Ochamaima, my Lord Bishop, who prophesied here last 2 weeks before the emergence of this, the acting chairman of CAN, Bishop Ekamal, and all the clergy here through the nation. It will be my pleasure that you do find time before we close to exchange a handshake of blessing with Mr. President. Mr. President, we have some of our brothers, the movers and shakers of Imo politics, who were in other political parties, but their name brought the change. And today they are with us. We're all together in this struggle to better the Nigerian nation and in particular our dear nation, the Igbo nation. Let me inform you that in this place is one man, what is called the greatest mobilizer for the People's Democratic Party, who was also a governorship candidate, Chief Jerry Chukwueke. You will see John the Baptist the Yegun to baptize him accordingly. Mr. President, sir, I also have one of the most difficult politicians in the state, Chief Ajumbe. Today is with us. The Opoka High Command, Ehuru himself, is here in our base. The Akela of Imo State. I was the founding father of NPC in Imo State. I'm the only governor in the whole Southeast who is from APC. But you know, as it stands today, those that challenged us, those that came with army, police, and SSS, are now sitting boldly as the owners of the party. And let me say to you, chapter 1, verse 1. In the last dispensation was a robbery of people's mandates. But as it is today, Mr. President, just be rest assured that your victory has been signed and delivered. But I do not advise that baggages of other people shall be bestowed on you. Because there's something, the situation now, about some of these people who parade themselves have gone beyond the fantasy.
and can know the Messiah. Because here in Imo State, we're in charge. And anyone that you hear make anything to the contrary is either hired or not from this state. No same person in Imo State will hear my voice and not stand still for it. My people, my people. I was the founding father of NPC in Imo State. I'm the only governor in the whole Southeast who is from APC. But you know, as it stands today, those that challenged us, those that came with army, police, and SSS, are now sitting boldly as the owners of the party. And let me say to you, Matthew chapter 1 verse 1. In the last dispensation was a robbery of people's mandates. But as it is today, Mr. President, just be rest assured that we have victory at the side scene and the. But I do not advise that baggages of other people shall be bestowed on you. Because there's something, the situation now, about some of these people who parade themselves have gone beyond the fantasy and can know the Messiah. Because here in Imo State, we're in charge. And anyone that you hear make anything to the contrary is either hired or not from this state. No same person in Imo State will hear my voice and not stand still for it. My people, my people. And as it is now, a lot of corrections must be made. And I want our national leaders to show very good example. Because what he's trying to do here was just respect you, Mr. President. But some of the people that told them to speak are not the right people to speak. We have a chairman of this country here, and that's the chairman of the party. Anything other than that is Evangelism chapter 1 verse 1. How we define to get it. Let me know.
Dispense supplements virtually on one platform. First, choose from more than 300 practitioner-grade supplements. Craft a recommendation.
Ladies and gentlemen. Of all of us, the leadership of APC, and indeed on behalf of Mr. President, to apologize to our teaming supporters who have been here since morning, and for no fault of theirs, we have just arrived several hours later. For those of you who are still here, please convey my apologies to them. But we remain convinced that the primary purpose of today's rally will be fulfilled. And I'm not going to make a long speech. The achievement of Mr. President is very well documented and is very well spoken about. The only thing that needs clarification is that APC has as our presidential candidate our city president, President Muhammadu Buhari. Nigeria, say Buhari. Nigeria, Nigeria. Number two, we have 3 senators who are contesting on APC platform. And whoever claims to support President Muhammadu Buhari will appreciate that the president needs to have a Senate of his own party. We are also feeding candidates in all the positions for federal constituencies in Imo State. And whoever so believes that President Muhammadu Buhari has done well and deserves to have the second term, as I believe we all do, you will vote APC for all our houses of reps. On the governance of Imo State, I want to make it absolutely clear. APC is not in alliance with any other political party. We have our candidate, we have the capacity, we have the people, we have the men, and above all, we have God to support the choice of APC members to fly the flag of our party for the governorship of this state in the person of distinguished Senator Hope Uzodinma. Mr. President, I have been here before, and I assured him of people that with Senator Hope Uzodinma, we are bringing renewed hope for the development of this great state. With Senator Hope Uzodinma, we are bringing renewed hope to the workers of Imo State. With Senator Hope Uzodinma, we are bringing renewed hope for accelerated rural and urban development of this great state. With Senator Hope Uzodinma, we are bringing renewed commitment to apply public resources to the betterment of the greatest good of the greatest number of the people of Imo State. Mr. President, I am convinced that Senator Hope will fit into your worldview about governance, about development, about inclusion, about freedom, about liberty, and about all of those private qualities that you stand for. Having said that, I now have the great honor on your behalf, Mr. President, and on behalf of our great party, to present this flag, which is a symbol of victory, a symbol of change, a symbol of change and blessing for the candidature of Senator Hope Uzodinma as the next governor of the state Imo State. Mr. President, I also believe we also have by him the very pretty wife who will compliment him as the next First Lady of Imo State. It is only fair that hope you have opportunity to speak to your people. Mr. President, we cannot be in a hurry now as to sacrifice the primary purpose of coming to Imo State. That purpose is not only to market Mr. President, it is to market our governorship candidate and indeed all the candidates of APC. So I hope you have the microphone. APC! APC! Everywhere you go, everywhere you go, everywhere you go, what is the solution? Mr. President, the national chairman of our great party, very badly. But for reason of Buhari and Buhari alone, for reason of Buhari and my love for him, there would have been a different story in this life. I said to all of you, there's no point bothering yourself. Buhari will win this election. And believe me and challenge me, he will do so. Not because the APC has supported us, neither because they have treated us good, but because we love him. And this is why, when we saw the danger coming, we quickly amended to make sure we get other parties to support the Muhammad Buhari. And let me inform those of you from Abuja, don't even waste your time. Don't you be deceived. Ugumba Uchemosu is the AA and he will win the governorship. And after that, and as I said, there's no point, listen to me, there's no point making any argument. This is what the situation is in Imo State. And he will deliver and he will support Buhari to be the president. That is not anti-party, it is called perfect alliance. Again, let me inform you, if the few youths who are making noise there, who are dying, they cannot do that if our sisters have left the state. So forgive them, for they don't know what they do. They created an impression that is not there. We refuse imposition of candidates, and we shall not accept any candidate imposed in this land.
If you have more than $10,000 in the bank and you don't know this, I guarantee you that you're losing money. Real estate, the stock market, earning 5 to 7% in annual return.
Yeah. Supposedly using that mic. Why the president is on let me also inform all of us that chairmen of 22 political parties have also decided to drop their own ambition and support Mr. President and our governorship candidate, Mr. Hope Uzodinma.
Full fidelity, like understanding every single.
ABC, ABC, ABC. Your Excellency, the Governor of Imo State, the Chairman of All Progressive Congress, Honorable Ministers of Labor, of Foreign Affairs, and Science and Technology, distinguished senators, members of the House of Representatives, and members of the House of Assembly, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Well, I am here mainly to thank you very much for waiting all this long in spite of the time and the weather to see us and listen to us. I thank you very much for that. I don't think there is anything new that I can say which hasn't been said about the performance of this administration. You know, when we campaigned in 2015, we do on three fundamental issues: security, economy, and fighting corruption. Each one you take, maybe depending on which part of the country you are, you will see that we have made some remarkable achievements. And we thank God the rainy seasons over the last 3 years have been good. And the government's effort in getting fertilizer at half the price it used to be, and getting the security in the northeast, people went back to the farm, and we thank God we have virtually achieved food security. We have some important rights for over 90%, and we save hundreds of millions of dollars, not even naira. And all those who went back to the land do not regret. I assure you that the government will continue to support you, and the market money that is being conducted by the Vice President again is having a positive effect. I assure you that we will continue to secure the country, manage it properly, and fight corruption. This is an undertaking. I would like you to keep yourself informed of what is happening. And we are going to listen to you to improve this country. Because as I said, more than 30 years ago, we have no other country than Nigeria. We may as well be serious enough to settle down and rehabilitate the country, security, economy-wise. I thank you very much, and I want you to please maintain your balance, your senses. Don't allow intra or inter-party to remove your senses of responsibility. Your vote is your vote. Choose whoever you like across party and ethnicity and religion. I thank you very much. Well, I will raise up the hand of APC candidate. This is the candidate. Thank you very much. I wish you all the best of luck, you and me. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Okay, Hope now. Oh, they feel small. They feel small. Yes, you. I can make noise that the only achievement I'm able to fight Rochas. Achievement of Hope. I fought Rochas. Yeah, we Berberism chapter 1, verse 1. So I have warned him. I've warned him, and I want Abuja to hear this clearly. You know, nobody has a monopoly of madness. Why we do what we do is that so that people will not laugh at Imo State. So Hope Uzodinma must be careful and conduct himself as a governor and not a town.
Rochas is my brother. We don't have any disagreement. As a person is my senator, I'm his governor. He was once time a governor here, former governor, and I was a senator then. So now that he is my senator, I'm his governor. I think what we should be talking about is how to use the two positions to bring the dividends of democracy to our people and how to work together to protect our people. There's nothing personal. Personally speaking, I have no issues with him. And as a government, I expect that we must work together. But you see, there's no act to find mines construction on the face. For me, I have no ill feelings against former Governor Okorocha. And like I told you, he is one representing me in the Senate, and he's from Luzon with me, and I'm his governor here. And the synergy is what we need to make sure that Imo State moves forward.
Do you want to spend?
The question here is some of the issues that came up in your emergence at one of the primaries and the mandate that Senator Hope Uzodinma is talking about here. Let's look at what the law says and what the role of INEC in all of this and the role of the National Working Committee. By law, the National Working Committee is given the powers to determine who is the candidate of the party from any of the states in a governorship primary case. So are you saying that you are not happy with this position of the NWC? Remember that the law permits them or gives them the power to make decisions in that regard.
Already, I have an NWC report affirming that I'm the candidate of APC. Even the constitution of our party stated it clearly that there should be primary, and whoever emerge as a winner in that primary should be declared winner. And there is an appeal committee that affirmed that I won this election. Even some of those that contested with me wrote a letter to the appeal committee, and their petition were dismissed, and I was upheld as the candidate of the party. So the issue of National Working Committee did not arise because the National Working Committee upheld my election as the candidate of APC. So only the national chairman cannot come up and say the National Working Committee has accepted Hope Uzodinma. There was no election. Even the body that is in did not conduct any election. Police, the two agencies, the major federal agencies that supervise this election, the police is there. The police report indicated that I won. The second police report indicated that Gulak ran away from his hotel. The first INEC report indicated that Gulak was not there, but from the one conducted by the several other 8 members of the committee, I won. The second police report indicated that Gulak ran away from his hotel room. So where on earth do we have Gulak coming in and his result sheet coming in? The NWC has affirmed my candidature. It's just that the chairman, because of some sentimental issue, tried to bend the truth. But the truth remains that I won and I'm the candidate of APC in Imo State.
Now, let me ask you this question. On one hand, the same primary you said were not conducted, saw the emergence of your principal, the governor, Rochas Okorocha, imagine as the candidate of the party for the senatorial, got the senatorial ticket. On one hand, you are rejecting the one that didn't come in your favor.
This is the question we need to ask our national chairman. The same committee of retired General Ababiaka, Brigadier General Ababiaka, that you rejected, and you said on the national TV that you did not accept their report. The same committee, the same report brought in the senatorial candidate, including Rochas Okorocha, who is the candidate of the APC. The same report brought in the 10 Federal House of Rep members. The same report brought in the House of Assembly members. The same report brought in the governorship candidate. So why would you separate the one of the governorship and then you take, are you now telling us that you have discarded the entire report while skipping the one you want and leaving the ones you don't want? Even the same report, as we talk now, 20 members of the Imo State House of Assembly who won the primaries, their names were removed from the INEC list that was displayed. There is no internal democracy. It is not good for our party that you go on the field, you campaign, pay for the forms, at the end, you won an election, and your name be removed from the list of the winners. It is not good at all. And this is not internal democracy.
Let me ask you.
To succeed, internal democracy must have its course.
Let me quickly ask you this. You perhaps are hearing the criticisms about your candidature and your principal. Some people saying that how can Okorocha and his family be ruling Imo State? Some of the resistance that you are getting in your party, so are some of the critics saying, are you worried that that may mar your chance of becoming the candidate of the APC?
So I think some of these people should get down to Imo State. My names are Ugumba Uchemusu. I'm from Ukere local government. Owele Rochas Okorocha is from Idato South local government. By the virtue of God's grace, I was able to have gotten married to the daughter of the governor. Does that stop me as a man from running for governorship of Imo State? I was the commissioner for land. I was the chief of staff. Did Owele Rochas Okorocha prevent me from doing my work as a commissioner for land? The urban renewal you see in Imo State today is out of my initiative, even as the chief of staff. So the issue of Owele Rochas Okorocha trying to control Imo State with his family, it does not arise. Who again from Owele Rochas Okorocha family is an aspirant of the House of Assembly, or is an aspirant of the Senate, is an aspirant of the Federal House of Rep? People should leave sentiment alone. Where did we borrow our democracy?
So where do you go from here?
We have second bush, we have third bush. So this issue does not arise in a democracy, because Nigerian Constitution did not say that by getting married to the daughter of a governor, you cannot run for election.
So where do you go, Mr. Nwosu? Where do you go from here? Uche, just a moment. Where do you go from here now? Your name is definitely not on INEC list. You are in court. You sought for a court order for INEC not to release any name. That INEC has done, but there was a superior one from Senator Uzodinma overriding your own order. So where do you go from here?
Let me correct this. There is no other superior order overriding my own. For you to vacate, for you to have another order on the same matter, you need to vacate the existing order. You don't have two orders. The first order came, you have not vacated it. The second order came, you did not vacate it. And you have gone to another court to get another order. It's an abuse of court process. If there is any order at all, I'm not sure there is any order from Hope Uzodinma. We need to see it.
So and what we are saying is that INEC is misinformed in this case, or what are you saying exactly with INEC, the name that we saw on INEC list, Hope Uzodinma's name that we saw?
I think INEC is being misinformed, because you need to vacate an order, existing order, before another order can take effect.
So what are you going to do now? Tell us, just in 30 seconds before we close this conversation, what is your next step of action?
The matter is in court now, and I believe that this matter will be settled in court. My mandate is very clear. It's just a matter of time. I will reclaim my mandate. But to those my supporters, I want them to stay fast, because we shall reclaim our mandate back. What matters is who will win election in Imo State. We don't talk about staying in Abuja and having tickets. What matters is who is on ground in Imo State. And I believe that by the grace of God, our mandate will come back to us.
Uche. Any plan to parley or enter into some kind of agreement with the state governor, your governor in Imo State? Some people believe in the state that if both of you reconcile, that it might help to de-escalate the tension in Imo State.
Well, Governor Hope Uzodinma hates me with passion. He just hates me. I don't know the reason. He's been fighting me, but never a day have I fought him. And I made a point of this, I will never fight back. But he just shows hatred and envy and fight. I don't know for what reason. And he doesn't seem to be changing. He's not relenting. As I speak to you now, my drivers and my security men have been arrested for the past 5 days and kept in the police station, and nothing said about it. And I hope they are trying to find out whether they are IPOB or Boko Haram. I don't know what it is, but I'm blaming them. But these are some of the things that are very provoking. I don't know what is wrong with him. I just don't know. If I know, I will have. But I think I see hatred, and I know that if I engage him, that will create even more problem in the state that I've suffered to build. So I must be a father. I'm not fighting him. The last time he ordered for my arrest, I was arrested, but I've gone through so much in Nigeria. If you recall that I was the same person that won my election and still my position was seized, my certificate was seized. Last time I was arrested here again in Abuja, I was arrested. I was being humiliated. My properties are burnt, are destroyed everywhere in Imo State, and so I just don't know. But I love peace, and time will tell. For whatever it is, I think time will tell. But the gentleman, I don't know what it is, but he has this hate or passion. At a point, I was just thinking that he was acting on his script, and he had people behind him doing this. But I'm yet waiting for all this script. But every story must one day have an end.
All right, you said that.
There's no better way to peace. I've advised him. I said, if Dr. Hope Uzodinma had invited me, I would have told him some of the ways we have handled things. If you recall, Shemu, maybe I've forgotten that Imo State was #1 in kidnapping. I expect they should ask me how did I end kidnapping. And how I ended kidnapping was through what I call community government, CGC, where I created the 4th year of government. The traditional rulers became chairman of the 4th year of government, and were able to handle security. I would have told him all this, how it is done. This young man, I had what's called Youth Must Work. I engaged 25,000 youths in Imo State, and they were all busy. When I said my people, they will get, even when there was no money, you engage them. I walk around the street with them, I talk with them. It's all communication. Governance is not what to just puff yourself up and be proud about it and show that all powers, no, power does not belong to you.
When you test drive Kijiji Auto's